Hey everyone, how's it going? Sorry for the very late of the show here. Trying to figure something out here. Things just snowballed after work today, and it just um, things just happen, you know. Hey Gloria, Jamin, Shocker, how are you guys? So what had happened was we're supposed to take our foster dog. She got a application in. Someone is interested into adopting her, and we're supposed to leave at 3:30 to meet them at 4. I'd be back by 5. Well, things just happen. The wife's car went in for alignment and repairs yesterday. She went and paid for it, went to pick somebody up to go bring down in the Shakopee later today. And it just snowballed. I had to push it back a few times. So I apologize. I apologize. Um, so now she's taken the youngest and one of our friends down to Shakopee for the weekend. And I'm here doing the show because I said I ain't pushing this back no more. I just ain't. Um, so we've done this before on the unaffiliated about clubs and gangs on that, but I have not done it here, and I really haven't been able to. I should say I haven't voiced my thoughts and opinions. And I do have the link out here in the chat, so if anybody wants to come up and chime in and give their 2 cents, haha, see what I did there, and you know, say their piece. But why did I choose this one for today? Because it was a post in one of the discords I'm in, not the unaffiliated. Well, it was in the unaffiliated, but that's not where this discussion took place. It snowballed into, well, clubs are not street gangs. Well, my reply to this was, then don't do gang stuff. Period. And it is snowballed from there. You know, um, yes, show that. And it just snowballed from there because they're talking about in favor of the clubs, in favor of the many, um, don't condemn the many of the few. Well, here's the thing. You've got, all right, so you're at your brother's, it's helping you yank a seat out and do some other things. Hey, that's fine. You're on, you're listening. That's fine. I know a lot of people are going to come and check this out later. That's fine. You know, but here's the thing. People are going, don't condemn the many because the actions of the few. All right. So let's touch on that. The few are doing gang stuff, right? Well, it's the many that are condoning the actions of the few. So therefore, the many are just as much as to blame for the few, in which creates this a gang mentality, right? So that's one thing I wanted to bring up because the actions of the few are what's hurting the actions of the many. the many are condoning the few. So why not kick them out? Why not punish these few for what they're for their actions? They won't. Why? Because most of these people that are doing this are wearing a diamond that has the number one on it. Yeah. Um, I'm going to touch a little bit on that. I got some personal thoughts on that one too. But I looked up the meaning of a club. And just so everyone's clear, club, an organization of people with a common purpose or interest who meet regularly and take part in shared activities. Like I've just joined the local golf, squash, tennis club, it's like that. That is a club. Motorcycle clubs do fall onto this. They do. And most MCs don't cause problems. Most. So, yeah, I would say most MCs are not street gangs or are not gangs. I'll say most. um, like a chess club, glee club, tennis club, you know. I'll even go and say it's a scooter club because I've seen 10 scooters zooming down the road earlier this week. There's a scooter club around town. Now, if those scooter clubs, now if those people were on those scooters were wearing a diamond, I'd laugh my ass off because nothing's funnier than 10 people on a scooter trying to cause trouble. I tell you that. Now, the definition of a gang is that is not what I was hoping for. Okay. A gang is any ongoing organization, association, or group of three or more persons, whether formal or informal, having one of its primary activities the commission of criminal acts. Okay, hear that? Criminal acts. Where three purposeful violations of any WCPSS policy and having a common name or a common identifying sign, colors, or symbols. So you can actually say they're both an MC and a gang by the definitions I just read off. Am I correct? Now, if you go on that, there you go. All MCs are gangs. All MCs. But then you really can't say that, can you? Because not all MCs engage in criminal activity. Right? Right? So, what is open? Oh, that's my wife's sewing stuff over there. I was wondering what that was. So, and I've noticed this. The ones that are causing problems and ruining things for everybody are the ones that wear the diamond. Yep. Most gangs you heard of drive cars, clubs ride motorcycles. But here's the thing. A motorcycle club is a gang on two wheels. So it's still a gang and not a club. It's a club and a gang, actually. But like I said, the ones that are causing these problems are the ones wearing a diamond. You know, um, one person I've talked to said, well, the change is coming, but it takes time. They've been doing this for over 50 years. Over 50 years. How much more time do they need to make this change so that there's peace and there's no one beating up people, no one shooting up everybody? Hello, wake up, people. Hear this, MCs? Wake up. Um, because all you're doing is you're hurting the culture. You're hurting motorcycle rallies because there's already been two that's been shut down. How many more are going to shut down? And how many more are going to pipe up security or say no colors? Think about it. You know, um, I had a thought and I lost it. Shut up. Shut up. You know, so yeah, the Diamonds need to wake up. Um, One person said that they are calling for peace. There's a symbol that they wear. Um, like I said, this should have happened a long time ago. A lot of, even back in the 60s and 70s, people were wanting peace, but these other clubs didn't want it. Why? Because they don't like someone in another club, because they screwed another man's woman or something like that. Wake up, people. It's not worth it. It really isn't. You know, um, what happened in New Mexico is one diamond club went after another club. Well, they say they're not a club, but they technically were, um, and did pulled out gang banging stuff. Oh, gee, I want you to do this. If you don't, I'm going to kick your ass. Well, if you try that, I'm going to kill you. Hello, people. Come on. Wake up. Another person I've talked to said, I have no skin in the game because I'm not in a club. Okay, fine. I'm not in a club. I'm in an organization. I'm not affiliated with any club. I don't want to be affiliated with a club because what is going to happen? Someone just might come up and shoot you because they don't like the color of your skin, or they don't like the patch on your back or the bike that you ride. Stupid stuff. Really stupid stuff. And if you got to be in a club to have skin in any game on their culture, on the scene or in this lifestyle, you know what? Then I don't have skin in this game. Nothing at all. But I am going to call it how I see it. I don't see, I mean, actually, I don't know what's going on in one club to another. I'm not privy to that information. Nope. Fine. I'm not. It kind of bugs me, but I understand it. I get it. I'm not privy to that information. But what information I wanted, in I think I should have, is if all these clubs are going to show up to a rally or something, and there might be problems. There might be a shootout, you know. And why should I know that? Because that might stop me from coming. If the, if there's going to be people there that might shoot each other, why would I go? I'm only putting myself in danger, my wife in danger, and whoever's with me in danger. You hear what I'm saying? Diamond clubs, are you hearing what's happening? What I'm saying here? You know, um, I'm not the most popular guy. I've got 40 some subscribers on this channel. Diamond clubs aren't going to listen to me. One percenters are not going to listen to me. What are they going to listen to? They're going to listen to the law, the police, the feds, anything that's coming down on them. Biker rallies, when they're not happening anymore, maybe they'll change after that. Just remember, it's the few that are bringing it down and ruin it for the many. It really is, you know, and it needs to stop. You know, um, What if on my vacation down to North Carolina, I get down there and I was told I walked into a hotbed? What? No one, why didn't I know this before? you know, I had my gun. I packed my gun. I didn't bring it out. Didn't feel a need to, you know. But North Carolina is not a safe place for um, motorcyclists at this moment. It's a powder keg about to blow, from what I've been told. That would have been helpful to know. Um, New Mexico, you wearing a patch on your back, they're going to stop you for anything that they can. They even said they were going to. There you go. Thank you, one percenters, for putting a target on their backs. Thank you. You know, um, one bad apple ruins it for the best. Exactly. And what's even worse is the rest condone that one bad apple and they don't do anything about it. Not a thing. They say they want peace. They're not into violence. They're not into criminal activity. But if you look at the history of these clubs, that's all it is violence, criminal activities, drug running. Oh, we don't run drugs. Yeah, you do. The history of your club says you do. The actions of your club says you do. You know, um, former members of a club out in California have spoken up in books of some of the things that have happened. And you're telling me you guys don't do this stuff? Really, please? Yeah. I'm going to wonder how many one percenters or diamond clubs are going to come out or come say something against me on this stuff. The writing's on the wall, people. Um, we're ruining this culture for ourselves. We're ruining our lifestyle. Pretty soon, we're not going to be able to wear a patch, a color, a vest, nothing. We're going to end up like Australia. You know, um, sadly to say, it's the one percenters, the 1% clubs that are the gangs. I'll come right. I just said it. The one percenter clubs are the gangs in our culture. They're the ones doing gang activity. You know, oh, this is my turf. This is our area. We're the dominant in this area. You know what I say to that? Really? That's gang stuff. And you're saying you're not a gang. If if this MC comes into here, we're going to kick their ass. Gang stuff. One, it made the news, and I saw the clip of this. One of these members in Minneapolis got in a dis I wouldn't say an argument. Another word for argument. Um, a non-pleasing discussion. I'll just put it that way. And pulled the knife. Had the knife right down here at his side. The guy that he was going to stab turned around and shot him before he could stab him. I'm pretty sure that guy got off in self-defense. What is that? Gang stuff. If you're not a gang, why you need a knife? Why you need a gun? Why? Why are you, if you're having a discussion and it's not going your way, why are you going to pull out a knife and try to and threaten to stab someone or act like you're going to stab someone? Why? That's all gang stuff. Look at what street gangs do. Look at the one percenters. Look what they do. There you go, guys. Most clubs are not, I'll say that most clubs are not gangs. The 1% are gangs. And quite a few people in those 1% clubs are gang members and thugs, plain and simple. Are some of them, straight up people that just want to ride? Yes, I will say that they are. Then there's the ones that are just going to come right out and poop, put your ass 6 feet under with your ass sitting up so everybody can kiss it. There you go. I know I probably pissed off quite a few people or caused a stir up with quite a few people by saying that, but it's true. It really, really is true. If you don't want to be called a gang, don't do gang stuff. Don't go shooting people. Don't go fighting and beating people up because there's turf or because of the patch on their back or the motorcycle that they ride. Don't be running drugs because otherwise you're just going to be called a criminal organization on two wheels. Straighten your asses up. Plain and simple. Straighten your asses up. The 1% only became because the 1% didn't want to follow the AMA rules when it comes to drag racing. If I remember that right. That's where the term 1%er came from. And now, 1%er means you're a thug. You're a criminal. That's pretty much what a 1%er is. There's a lot of 1%ers that aren't thugs or criminals. I'll admit that. But in our world today, that's what a 1%er is. Now, if you wear the 1% patch, that means you're in a club that's a 1% club that has 1%ers. Plain and simple on that. If you got the one that says 1%er, that means you've killed, ran drugs, basically says you've done anything for the club. That's a 1%er. And it doesn't just stop at killing. There you go. I've said it, 1%ers, the 1% clubs are gangs. The 99% ones are not. Those are clubs. But there's even some of those that claim to be 99 that act like gangs. Prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong. You can't say the few, you can't condemn the many because of the few. Yes, you can because it's the many that are condoning the actions of the few. We're destroying our culture, we're destroying our lifestyle. Peace was called many years ago. People wanted peace many years ago, and we still don't have it. Why? Why don't we have peace? How come we've got clubs acting like a street gang? Why? Because they can? Because they're pissed off because this guy fucked that woman, that man's woman? All right, you're pissed off at that guy. Let it go. You don't have to see or do anything with that guy. I understand it. I get it. Just let it go. He's in this club. You're in that club. You ain't got to have to do anything with that person or that club if you don't want to. You know? I'll even go as far as these people are 53 days from getting a clue. You know? So, there's my thing. There's my show tonight. Some motorcycle clubs are gangs. Some. Most are not. Think about that. Think about that. 53 days all. And my next show is going to be an interesting and funny one. I've already got the title to it. You'll just have to wait and see. 53 days. You 1%ers, Diamond Clubs, 53 days. Let's get something going. Let's get some peace going. If you don't want to be called a gang, quit acting like one. Quit condoning the actions of those that do. Plain and simple. Because if you're when you condone the actions of the few, you're just as guilty as those just as guilty as those few. Plain and simple. Quit ruining our culture. Quit ruining our lifestyle. Just because I'm not in a club doesn't mean I don't have any skin in the game whatsoever. I'm calling it how I see it. I'm calling it from what I hear being reported on the news, whether it's biker news channels on here. There's two that I don't listen to because, one's fat and one's a cop. Plain and simple. They're both probably, sitting like this, like on, and now I'll pronounce you Chuck and Larry. They're probably doing that right now. So, thank you very much, guys. Um, hit the like button on, exit through the gift shop. I got 53-day stickers. I'm trying to sell them, but we'll work something out if you want one. Share me out, subscribe. When I figure out that's how to put that stuff up there, I'll do it. I'm not worried about it. But y'all guys have a good night and think about that. MC clubs and gangs. Think about it. Look at what they're doing. Look what a gang does. And you'll see it. Have a good night, all. Be safe. Keep the rubber side down, shiny side up. And I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much.